Okay, now we're good.
Okay.
Hold it up.
Helen Martinez.
How do you spell your last name?
Okay, Meittinis, and I'm the president of the Community Association of Stewart Avenue, which is a Salisbury civic organization.
Okay, first question. What are some of the organizations you belong to?
Well, I belong to East Meadow Kiwanis, the Nassau County Jail Advisory Committee, the NUMC Community Board, which is the local hospital, as we all know. The East Meadow Security Council, and there are a few other organizations, PTAs. I belong to Bowling Green PTA and Clark PTA, as I've been in those organizations for over 25 years.
Next question. What are some of the purposes of the organizations?
Well, to advocate for children. So, of course, I'm very much into preserving education and keeping it on the up end, and also to pass school budgets, because I find that very important. Also, basic charity work in some of the organizations too. Security for our neighborhoods, that's another thing. Keeping everybody safe, and we have a lot of different kinds of buildings in our neighborhoods. Like we have a jail, and we have court, and we have the hospital, juvenile detention. So all these things can impact our quality of life. So therefore, I'm very interested in keeping that on the upside too.
What is your role in some of these organizations?
Well, basically, I'm just an active member in most of them. Of course, the Civic Association, I am the president, but that's basically it. It's a cooperative. Each group is a cooperative.
What do you hope to accomplish in these organizations?
Well, peace on earth, and just to keep all of what we have going, and not lose any more than we have as far as services and as I said, quality of life.
In your opinion, how has the financial crisis affected our school districts?
Aha, big time. Well, New York State has once again pulled the rug from under us. In years past, we used to get a bigger chunk of the state budget in aid, and we were able to run our programs and run our school districts, in a much better way. But what happened was they started to cut back on that big time and sent the aid to other parts of the state, such as New York City, and gave Long Island very, very little. So our taxes started to rise because the school districts had to start raising our taxes to cover programs and the jobs and everything else. The state mandates certain things, and they really want to increase the level of education in New York State. That costs money, but they're not willing to give us anymore. Instead, they kept taking away year after year. So now we've hit the wall, and they're really gonna give it to us good now.
Good question. Do you think it has affected our students' education?
Well, sometimes it's a bit of a struggle in securing certain programs, but right now I don't think it has, because the taxpayer came to the aid of the students. The taxpayer just kept paying the bill, and the school districts were trying their best to keep their budgets tight. Most school districts, I want to say, but not all are that responsible. But they do try to tweak their budgets and tighten the belt so that they can give the kids the programs that they deserve, so that they can attain this high level of education that New York State would like them to have. But that could change too now.
Last question. What do you think could be done to improve the financial crisis in education?
Oh boy, money, money, money. We need more aid. New York State needs to look at has to look at their own budget, and they have to do something with that and look into the whole picture. If they want to mandate certain things in school districts, and they want to mandate programs, they want to mandate the high level of education, the kids so rightly deserve, they need to come up with more aid. So I think they need to do a little bit of tweaking their own budget. So, but the kids are most vulnerable, and they are the ones that they'll be shortchanged in the long run if they don't aid Long Island schools. The taxpayer with the tax cap now, that's a little confusing, but the school districts are not going to be able to raise the taxes in order to cover what they have to, so that they can keep up with the state mandates. New York City will always get more than we, and that's not fair either. I just think that there are certain things that need to be kept in education, and should I answer that?